Welcome to Monday, July 13th. Today's workout is Gainamainiacs. This should be a workout that deals with a lot of sprints all the way through with high volume, short range of motion movements. So we got to make sure everything's nice and prepared and ready to go before we hit that workout. That workout is 5 rounds of 20 reps of the following: tuck jumps, dive bomber push-ups, jumping air squats, and arm spread upper back sit-ups, plus left and right mountain climbers. So there's some new movements there that we're going to cover. You'll get a minute of rest before you repeat that 4 more times for a total of 5 rounds. So that's what we got. We'll start off with some dynamic range of motion. Cool. We're going to do the 27 squats warm-up. So I'm going to be playing positions of my feet. Feet shoulder width apart, feet parallel. Squat, toes out. Toes in. Feet all the way together. Squat. Toes out. Toes in. Heels apart. Wide, parallel. You might not go as low. Toes out. Toes in. You definitely don't go low there. Then we're going to repeat that entire sequence, except we're going to set the right foot forward. And the offset is only a little bit. So wherever my toes end, maybe that's where my toes at the other side are. I see a lot of people try to do this. This isn't necessary, and it's overkill. It's a subtle offset forward. Shoulder width apart, feet are parallel. Toes out. Toes in. together. And now you can really see that. Toes out, toes in, then wide, feet parallel, toes out, toes in. Then I switch sides. Shoulder width apart, feet parallel, toes out, toes in, feet together, out, in, wide, parallel, out, in. And there you go. Next up, 1 minute of alternating ankle grabs. Trying to get my ankle to my butt, pull my knee back as much as I can. You can also try opposite foot to opposite hand. It just adds a slight change of pull on the quad. Whereas on the same side, with my foot on the out, I can maybe feel the outside of the quad. And when I cross over, I'm getting more towards the inside of the quad. So, play what makes most sense to you. Alright, we'll call that good. Alright, so we're going to hold for 30 seconds each. Is what I didn't have. Here we go. going to try 2 rounds, moving through push-ups, sit-ups, speed skaters, and air squats. So 5 push-ups, 10 sit-ups, 20 speed skaters, 40 air squats. 2 rounds on your own.
Perfect.
Let's talk about the movements today. So tuck jump looks like this. It's the opposite of an air squat. Can I get my kneecap higher than my hip crease? There, in the air. If you want, you can try to high cycle, so as soon as you touch the ground, go again. or you can go one at a time. If driving the knee up towards your armpit is too difficult, how about heel towards your butt? Still works. If you can't jump, trade it for some sort of ab movement like a crunch or a reverse crunch. Next up, 20 dive bomber push-ups. Probably the hardest part of today's workout. Starting off in a plank, move to a down-facing dog. From here, my goal is to skim the ground between my hands and then return. And that's 1. 2, if that's too difficult, skim it on the way forward and just reset with your hips. And if either of those are too difficult, just do your best version of a push-up. Next up, jumping air squats. Another jump with the legs, but you're just trying to press through the ground rather than pull the feet up. If that's too difficult, just an air squat works. Arm spread upper back sit-ups. We don't really have a good name for this quite yet, but although visually it might look like a sit-up, your goal here is to make the upper back work as much as possible. So I'm going to give you a couple of different angles here. Number 1, I'm sitting down with my hands behind me. Many of you who have been here for a while know our seated shoulder extension stretches. My goal is to reach up and out, like I'm trying to create the letter Y and control myself down. Then I want to see if I can undo that by pressing my hands back into the ground and sitting up because of the action of my arms. From this perspective, the hands are going to press into the ground for me to sit up. If that's too difficult, instead of straight arms, go with bent arms. Your hands will slide on the ground. I've got this awesome mat here. If you're at home, you're probably using carpet. That should work. And if that's still too difficult, just a sit-up works. All right, then we're going to go left and right mountain climber. So left plus right equals 1. Plank position, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the way I like to think about it is every time I hit one of my elbows, let's say it's the right because I started on my right, 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. After all 20 of those, then you get 1 minute to rest, then you get to repeat everything again. Our cool down today, you're going to do tay-tays, you're going to do pigeons and straddles. So, tay-tay, you're going to lay down on the ground. Your arm's going to start out in a T. You're going to press that shoulder into the ground before you roll over. I'll demo this in a second, but I'm showing you this so that you understand the angles. After doing 1 minute here, you're going to move your arm down so it looks like an A, but we're only doing one side. So you're going to do a minute in this position, and then we're going to go Y. So we're going to do this position for a minute. It looks like this. Here's the T. Here's the A. Here's the Y. And then you'll do that on both sides. Then you'll do a pigeon. Start upright if you can, get all the way down. If you can notice, I don't know if you have the best view here, but my butt is touching the ground, and if you're not touching the ground, throw a pillow or something underneath so that you can get some tension on that portion right there. Final stretch is the straddle. Feet apart. Try to get your elbows down to the ground and hang out here for a minute before you rotate towards one ankle for 1 minute and the other ankle for the last minute. Otherwise, have fun today with the Gainamainiacs, and we'll see you later.